AAP. God, what's going on? Look at this.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, man, you come in there with it. I haven't seen that before.
Honestly, I didn't really know what to expect on my first day. I was kind of open for everything, obviously very nervous, and I'd planned my outfits for every single day of the week, so I couldn't be nervous about that.
I was so overwhelmed by everything though. I was even too scared to breathe properly. I'd sit with people and I remember holding my breath because I didn't want to be the guy who breathed like that too much.
When you're waiting outside court and it's that moment of, am I going to get the shot? The boringness of waiting for so long, but then the stress of, are we actually going to get the moments? And then, did I press record?
It's quite fast-paced, the teamwork that we work on for Superdesk, because I get to learn from my colleagues and they get to learn from me. Together we grow.
We may not get the bylines or the written notoriety, but once you see a clean page in print and it looks and sounds great, I mean, that's a pat on the back, really. I don't want to sound like we're kind of up ourselves, but we're kind of the unsung heroes of magazine world. If sub-editors weren't around, people would definitely know about it. I had 2 stories with a byline out that night, and I couldn't believe it that it was my first day and I'd already written something.
Just being that almost the sort of last piece in the puzzle, that we're fine-tuning the stories before they go to print or before they appear online, and you can get a bit snowed under, but that's kind of the nature of what we do.
When you see something on Channel 10 or Channel 9 and you recognise it as a press release that you've dealt with, it gives you that sense of achievement.
It's just the environment's been fantastic. They're good people, really smart people, really driven. They care about the work. They care about each other's jobs.
They're here because they absolutely love what they do. You kind of feel the passion and the way that people have to diversify their knowledge and just learn as much as possible every single day.
It would probably be family. It's probably funny to think of it like that, but we go through the wins together, we go through the losses together. We work hard, we also have a laugh, but we're united. So there's something that ties us all together. So yeah, I'd say family.
Australian Associated Press?
That's coming up after.
Oh, okay, but that's who they are.
Because it means that you've all still got a job in the media. It may not be the highest paid job, and it mightn't be the highest profile, but you are blessed to be working for a media company that maintains the highest standards of journalism and a company that is respected and very much needed by the rest of the industry. And AAP continues to succeed, despite the fact that your editor-in-chief, Tony Gillies, tried to work himself to death late last year. It's great to see you looking so chipper here tonight, Tony. And AAP continues to succeed despite the fact that your editor, Michael Osborne, that noisy man over there, thinks that he's always right, all of the time, in and out of the office. My name's Louise Evans, and like the majority of us journalists in Australia, I too have worked for AAP and benefited from AAP's unique culture. I worked for AAP back in the 1990s in the London and the China bureaus. Even back then, AAP was a company that supported and promoted women. I went on to work for the Sydney Morning Herald for 8 years, and then to the Australian for 10 years, and then at the ABC. And I can confirm that AAP is one of the best companies to work for because AAP nurtures and supports its staff. As Katrina said on the video, it's like a family. And because of the collaborative culture that exists within AAP, it creates a harmonious workforce and that you all strive for success together. We're here tonight to celebrate what makes AAP great, and that is you, its people. Dedicated, proud, hardworking people who excel at what you do, who go above and beyond the call of duty. Smart, nimble people who continually are forced to embrace change and do it mostly willingly, but who never compromise on standards, ethics, service, and delivery. We've got some media heavyweights here tonight that I want to give a shout out to. My old editor at The Australian, Campbell Reid, who's AAP's chairman and the Director of Corporate and Affairs and Editorial Management at News Corp. Also Alan Williams, AAP Director and Managing Director and Australian Community Media and Printing at Fairfax Media. And also Stacey Brown, the newest AAP editor and CFO at Fairfax Media. I also want to give a shout out to some of our special guests here tonight who I spoke to before, David and Cheryl Vaness, the parents of the late AAP Canberra reporter Peter Vaness, after whom the Next Generation Award is named. They've come all the way from Bathurst this morning. They were up at 4 o'clock, so well done you. You might have to keep their drinks topped up in case they nod off. And also the delightful Judith Allen, the wife of the late AAP sports editor, one of my old sports editors, Bill Allen, after whom the Editorial Excellence in Production Award is named. It's also great to see so many familiar faces in the crowd. You know, there's Michael O'Connell, Shiggins, Sarah Higgins, and of course Marcelo the Great, who I did some work with at MediaNet, which is a really go-ahead arm of AAP. And also, yep, and keep the money coming, guys. And also to, you know, some fantastic people, you know, like Paul and Joyce and Joe and Buttercup, or as she's better known as the company secretary, Emma. You know, it's if you get her to have a drink later, she might tell you why we call her Buttercup. We say it with love. But it's great to see so many familiar faces in the crowd. You guys are amongst the best in the industry, and you do a fantastic job. Okay, so now I have the pleasure of doing a little bit of housekeeping. So first of all, I'd like to thank the sponsors, Bingley at Rhodes. We've got a bunch of, a bit of a crate of door prizes here that we'll hand out after intermission. So hang on to your ticket. It's actually worth something. The bathrooms are down the corner there where Marcelo is gesturing. And look, you're a media crowd, and we're all used to media crowds, and you know, you're going to cheer and shout, but when we're calling out the names, if you could just, you know, keep it down to a dull roar, that would be fantastic. I now have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium your fearless leader, your CEO, Bruce Davidson. Bruce and I are going to be working hand in glove here tonight, but we're used to that because we had a very memorable experience in the women's dressing room at the Maya City store. True story. I'm a journalist, I wouldn't lie. But before you go jumping to conclusions and thinking that, you know, your Bruce is a cross-dresser, I just want to point out that Bruce and I were joined on that memorable occasion in the women's dressing rooms by his wife, Ingrid. And both Ingrid and I agree you look beautiful in blue. And with that, I'd like to welcome to the stage your fearless leader, Bruce.
I think that's, thank you, Louise, I'm not sure anymore. Look, I'm not having a lot to say right now because I think Louise has introduced the event incredibly well, thank you. But just from my point of view, welcome to everyone who's made it tonight. It's a great roll-up, I think probably one of the biggest that I can remember. This is our 4th annual group awards. And it follows the last 2 or 3 days of some really great discussions, workshops, conferences, addresses and presentations from a whole range of people, both internally and externally. And I did speak about that to the team involved earlier today. And I think everyone I've spoken to this afternoon and this evening agrees that it was a fantastic couple of days. I think we've all learnt a lot. We've all got now many more questions in some ways, but we've got maybe some tools and some thoughts around some answers as we move into the rest of this year. Tonight is about a celebration. It's about having fun, and it's about rewarding you guys, rewarding the people that make all the difference at AAP. We are, of course, singling out some people who are exceptional, who have provided excellent service throughout the year, but everybody is a contributor at AAP, and I think that's always makes me very proud and makes my job a lot easier when I know I've got a great team beneath, with all of you. So thanks for that. Let's just get on with the show and have fun.
Okay, on with the show. So just in terms of, timing your intake of alcohol and carbs, we're going to do 7 awards, then we're going to have a halftime break. So buckle up, we're ready for the first award. The first award is Excellence in Service Shared Services. This award is for outstanding contribution to the AAP group business. It celebrates a complete understanding of shared services and a close relationship with stakeholders. And the finalists are Trixia Bain, Trixia Bain, I'll get it right in a minute. Kirsty Chambers and Steve Horixo. And the first award of the evening goes to Steve Horixo. Wait one moment. I just have to read we'll get used to it. I just need to read the citation. A behind-the-scenes hero, Steve keeps everything fluid, from checking contractors in and out, accepting the daily milk delivery, to issuing security passes for staff and notifying car park users that they've left their lights on. Steve does it all with a fantastically positive attitude and a winning smile. I'll pass the microphone to Steve to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just like to say thank you to those who nominated me and those who chose me for this award. It's been a busy last 4 or 5 months, everyone would know, for building works, etc. It's been a combined effort, I think, with shared services and the IT group. I'd just like to say thanks to Graham and his team. They've got a great team there. They do a lot of stuff that they don't get recognised for, things that are out of their tasks, etc. Ollie, wherever he is, he does a good job. Yep. Darren, taking care of the Euros. But there's 2 I want to make a special thanks for 2 good buddies, Floyd Fonseca and JC Gadula. I think they kind of get sick of me asking them to give me a hand to move stuff, etc. But they always do. They never say no, and they always got that spirit. Let's go and do it now. So. Thanks very much, guys, and thanks very much to the IT group once again. Thank you.
Congratulations, Steve. The second award for this evening is Excellence in Service Technology. This award recognises high standards of service when supporting colleagues and customers. The winner communicates effectively, is proactive in resolving issue, and puts people at ease. And the finalists are Floyd Fonseca, Darren Pittaway, and the service desk team made up of Diani Benitez, Peter Chapman, Dean Shannon, and Martin Sloan. And the second winner of the night is Darren Pittaway. Loving the music. A regular finalist, Darren is a deserving winner this year after involving himself in mission-critical work, including Superdesk at the Budget, tough gig, and Project Alexandria. Many across AAP, including our European colleagues, know Darren as a network systems engineer who has provided first-class end-user support over many years. Over to you, Darren.
Thanks. No, it's on. I guess, yeah, as Louise said, regular finalists, I guess, can't be a finalist forever, right? I guess I just always try to do my best, and yeah, thanks for everyone for saying that. Cheers.
Darren, it's not the Oscars, there's no jet ski for the shorter speech. But it does help things rock along. The third award for the evening is Excellence in Service Commercial. This award recognises outstanding and consistent contribution to the commercial aims of AAP from a support, marketing, customer service or production role. And the finalists are Kristen Daly, Linda Gia, and one of my buddies, Katrina Samut. And the award goes to Katrina Samut. For the past 13 years, Katrina has been integral to ensuring the seamless delivery of MediaNet service and customer support. She's called on 24/7, we all know what that's like, to oversee the global AsiaNet service. Katrina's knowledge, problem-solving ability, and tenacity make her great at delivering exemplary service to clients and coaching staff and peers. Over to you, Katrina.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you. That was very lovely. Thank you for all the nominations as well. It's very humbling. I have worked at AAP for 13 years. It was my first job straight out of uni, and I just never left. I meant what I said in the video when I said AAP is a family, but in particular, MediaNet is a family. And this award definitely is a shared award. So to all the guys in MediaNet, this is for you. It's a pleasure working with you every day.
Beautifully said. Thanks very much, Katrina. The next award is for Excellence in Headline Writing, Page Masters. This award recognises inspired headline writing the sharpest sub-editor who cuts through with quick-witted, creative headline journalism. And the finalists are Ken D'Souza, Paul Murphy, and Ken Williams. And the award goes to Ken Williams. A serial nominee for this award, Ken has a truly unique talent for capturing the essence of a story with his trademark flair. While headlines come and go, Ken's exceptional work, which you can see on the screen now, stands the test of time.
We know headlines don't really stand the test of time, but they have their fleeting moment. Thank you very, very much. Quick shout out to people who gave me a home at AAP after Fairfax, in true management style, turned assets to liabilities. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Ant. And to the guys who make it run on a nightly basis, John Brock, Gary Smart, and all of you. It's good to be among you. Back to you. Thank you.
Written, spoken and authorised by Ken. The next award is for Excellence in Visual Journalism Editorial. This award celebrates the skill in capturing the essence of a story using images, videos or information graphics. And the finalists are Lucas Koch, Dave Hunt, Dean Lewins, and the award goes to the master photographer, Lucas Koch. Lucas's strong coverage from 2017 encompasses some of the biggest political pictures of the year. That fantastic, iconic shot of politician Linda Burney on the floor of Parliament after the same-sex marriage bill was passed, and those fantastic blue shoes. Plus Pauline Hanson unveiling a burqa in the Senate, who can ever forget that? And of course, Green Senator Larissa Waters addressing a motion on black lung disease while breastfeeding, which is a fantastic use of, a fantastic demonstration of multitasking, if ever there was one. This is what AAP Chairman Campbell Reid said about the fantastic Linda Burney image with those fabulous blue shoes. In the jubilant chaos that erupted in federal parliament yesterday, Linda Burney's joyous leap into the arms of Warren Entsch took place in the blink of an eye. But it will live forever as a defining image of the marriage equality vote, thanks to the sharp shooting of Lucas Koch, who proved, yet again, that nothing in journalism is more powerful than the captured moment of a great news photo.
Thanks very much. One thing I want to get straight is that actually Warren Entsch lifted her up, so she didn't jump, but you know, she's so small that it looks like she jumped off the
detail.
Yeah, you know, we are all journalists. We speak the truth, and yeah. But otherwise, thanks everyone, and thank you especially to the picture desk and the fellow photographers. Expanded service means expanded hours of work for everyone. I remember a few years ago it was hard to get a picture on the front page in newspapers. Now we get a lot, and I would love to think it was because we're better photographers now, but I think it's actually that we educated newspapers to use us more rather than see us as a competition. So I think that's credit to everyone. Thank you.
Well done. Well said, Lucas. The media needs you. The next award is Excellence in Production Editorial, the Bill Allen Award. And I should confess that Bill Allen was one of my sports editors when I was working in London. He had a very bad habit of ringing up at all hours, starting the conversation with, "So, what time is it over there?" And then telling me, as many of you would remember from Bill, "Don't forget the quotes." Famous Bill Allen saying. So, Excellence in Production Editorial. This award celebrates excellence and consistency in production, including news directing and sub-editing, or the creation of development of data and detail. It is named after Bill Allen, who I mentioned. The lovely Judith is with us here tonight, his wife. And the finalists are New Zealand's finest, Nick Brown. Steve Jansetic. And joint finalists, Virginia Matthews and Linda Willing. And the award goes across the ditch, Nick Brown. The inaugural editor of AAP's New Zealand Newswire in 2011, Nick took custody of the court production operation in early 2016. Over the past 2 years, AAP's print and digital subscribers have come to rely on this expanded court service, and Nick, as production editor, court production editor, has been integral to ensuring its quality and speed.
Wow. This is a bit of a surprise because I think my name must have been picked out of a hat. The only other journalism prize I've won is when my name was picked out of a hat many years ago. But the thing I like about working at AAP is there's so many people around me, and yeah, so I'll just take this and thank you very much.
Humble as ever. Nick and I used to work together in the London Bureau. Australia on the left, New Zealand on the right, as it should be. We always do lean a little bit more to the left, or so we used to say. Okay, so the next award is for Excellence in Intro Writing Editorial. This award pays tribute to excellence in crafting that opening paragraph. The winner is selected from the 12 monthly winners of the Phil Henderson Prize throughout 2017. The award recognises the late sports writer, Phil Henderson, who penned this intro, which you'll see on the screen in a moment, about a Richie Benaud statue that was erected at the SCG. Phil died in 2008, aged 29, but this intro is an absolute killer. Add another colour to the list, no longer just the white, the off-white, the ivory or the beige. Richie Benaud now comes in bronze. Wouldn't I love to have written that? I wish. And the finalists are Stuart Condy, Perry Duffin, and Marg Schakowsky. And the award goes to Marg Schakowsky. Marg is AAP's most experienced and enduring court reporter.
Old.
She wins for her intro in March 2017, which you can see on screen, on the sentencing of 64-year-old Robert John Adams over the 1983 strangling death of a Sydney nurse. Over to you, Marg.
Well, I'll start with AAP is all about us. The best thing here is all my colleagues, and that's why I've stayed so long. Secondly, I think it's sobering to think that we often shine in great tragedy. This was a great tragedy, so this goes to her family. Beautiful.
Lovely tribute. Thanks very much, Marg. Now, believe it or not, we've rocked on right into halftime break. So it's time to refuel, recharge, queue for the toilet, and I'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
What occurred on Flinders Street this afternoon was an act of evil.
There has been a major joint counter-terrorism operation to disrupt a terrorist plot to bring down an aeroplane.
The cyclone is expected to develop further and cross landfall within 24 hours tomorrow morning. There is no time for complacency at all.
Dual citizenship, nationality of Australia and New Zealand.
I have discovered that I'm a dual citizen and that I'll be forced to stand down for my position in the Senate.
I'm looking forward finally to having my day in court.
Millions of Australians reported and responded to this voluntary survey. For the national result, yes responses, representing 61.6% of clear responses were yes, and 987, representing 28.4% of clear responses.
He is relentless. This is it. This is the Bulldog spirit. You are a champion. You really are.
I'll take that as a no comment.
we are a state of decency and intelligence, not stupidity and ignorance.
We're getting the band back together.
Before we begin the second half of the awards, there's a few people that we need to thank behind the scenes who are working while everybody else is having fun and drinking. So first of all, I'd like to thank our on-stage assistant, Brian Bugowan. On keyboards, Kirsty Chambers. Music maestro, Michael D'Souza. Miguel D'Souza, sexy name. Miguel. Andrew Leeson and Carol Cho for the fantastic video packages that we've seen tonight. Andrew is shooting here tonight, sober as. And so is Aaron Bunch. Of course, we want to thank many of the judges and thank you for the bribes. And to the great tech team over there, Paul Butty and Oliver Miguel. And last but not least, event coordinator extraordinaire and one of the winners of the giveaways, Mary Newen. Good on you, Mary. Now, to get us all back in the groove of the awards, I want to show you a clip that really demonstrates what AAP is all about. Take a look.
I know you're loath to offer the Nationals advice on their internals,
But nonetheless, you're pressing on with this question.
Of course.
It shows, you see, it's not... See, this is a man of great aspiration. This is the sort of relentless optimism that is driving 403,000 jobs in Australia this year. You should be in business. You should get out of this journalism business. You take that optimism and get in there and invest, create some new jobs. You know, and I must say, I want to hold you up in contrast to Bill Shorten, whose negativity and lack of faith in business is shown by the fact that he wants to impose $164 billion of taxes. That would dampen even your optimism if you're in business. And it certainly would discourage people from investing and hiring people like Shannon and giving them a start. So thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm, but I can't oblige you with any further advice to the Nationals.
How important is it, though, ahead of this reshuffle?
He's relentless. He is relentless.
To keep the steady.
This is it. This is the bulldog spirit. You are a champion. You really are.
I'll take that as a no comment.
That, of course, that relentless man who was compared to Bill Shorten was AAP's Bureau's reporter Dan McCulloch, who I met on the street just the other day in Canberra. And of course, who's with us here tonight. It's one of the finest examples I've ever seen of dogged, professional, respectful journalism. In difficult circumstances, Dan, you would not be deterred by our smooth-talking Prime Minister. You stood there, stood your ground, waited, listened, respectful, and kept asking questions with admirable poise and great determination. Well done, Dan. A sterling performance. I reckon you could be a winner with that one next year, Dan. Okay, on with the show. 9 awards, 3 biggies at the end. Let's go. Outstanding Contribution, Shared Services, the Mr. Din Award. This award recognises outstanding contribution to shared services, demonstrating sustained high levels of productivity and consistent high-quality work. It is named after the late Mr. Din, a long-time AAP employee who helped many journalists during the Vietnam War, including AAP's own Michael Birch. And the finalists are Camille Lane, Kaz Patterson. And Kate Spooner. And the award goes to Camille. In keeping the motor running in a very busy newsroom, Camille Lane radiates quiet calm while managing travel logistics, expenses, and fueling staff amenities. No distractions, just focus. Camille always gets the job done. No fuss, no fanfare. Importantly, her efficiency is perfectly balanced with a soft and genuine caring nature. Over to you, Camille. Well done.
Oh, wow, I really don't know what to say because I'm quite surprised, but thank you. It's really nice to be acknowledged for my job. I work with a wonderful team of people in editorial, and I really enjoy it, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Camille, a very popular winner. Before we crack on, there's just a community announcement. This was found in the toilets. Bruce, yours? Seriously, it was found in the toilets. Any takers? My colour? Lucky me. Okay, look, it's up here if, you know, Bruce. Okay, rock on. Outstanding Contribution Technology. This award recognises consistent professionalism, positivity and resourcefulness when working with colleagues or customers. And the finalists are Mariam Ivazkhani, Olivia Miguel, and Rowan Noyes. And the winner goes to Mariam. Web developer Mariam is chiefly responsible for maintaining several AAP websites. She deals with ambiguity, complexity, delays, and a variety of expectations. She stood out for this award with her work on the new AAP photo site and her single-handed restructure of AAP Google Analytics account. Well done.
Well, thank you everyone for the recognition. I think this award goes to the whole development team. And I feel so lucky that I'm one of them. That's it. Thank you.
I think that might go close to winning the award for the shortest speech of the night. We had a little caucus at half-time. The winner of the shortest speech, the prize is a ride on Tony's boat. The person who does the longest speech gets a ride on Tony's boat with Tony. Thanks to our sponsor, Tony. Very generous. The next award is Outstanding Contribution Commercial. This award celebrates excellence in sales and commercial, including account management, revenue generation and retention, and developing client relationships. And the finalists are Brian Bugowan, Sally Chadwick, James McBride, and Colette Wigmore. And the award goes to Sally Chadwick. By leading the Mediaverse Insights and Analysis team, Sally has helped achieve tremendous profit growth this year. Don't we love that? She's a consummate professional, retaining a fastidious approach to market-leading media analysis while also managing the team.
Well, thank you very much for the award. I guess, yeah, Mediaverse is quite a small team, pocketed in Melbourne and sometimes unseen, but the team that I work with is amazing. Jackie, you're amazing to work with. But yeah, we're a young team and we kick ass, so it's great.
Thanks very much, Sally. The next award is Outstanding Contribution Page Masters. This award celebrates the person whose excellence, attitude or innovation has made a positive impact on Page Masters. And the finalists are John Brock, Seitel Heel, Lauren Mitchell, and Mike Ward. And the winner goes to Rocky Brocky.
Thank you.
You're not on.
Okay. No, thank you very much. I guess I'd just like to say that it's been a privilege to come across to Page Masters after having worked at Fairfax for so long and having a history at AAP before that. I'm a little bit shocked by this. I didn't even think about there being an award for this, but I'm very grateful, and I just want to say thank you very much, and to thank my team that we work with, who we wouldn't be here without them. Thank you.
John Brock's calm professional organisation of complex tasks underpins his victory tonight. Truly the people's choice, Brocky received more nominations from colleagues than anyone, testament to the high regard in which he is held. Brocky is also the man responsible for introducing the phrase cool bananas to the British Lawn Tennis Writers Association when he was covering Wimbledon. When they'd make an announcement, Brocky would say, cool bananas, and the British Lawn Tennis Writer would go, cool bananas, what does that mean? Here you go, it means good, mate. Well done, Brocky. The next award is for Outstanding Newsbreaker Editorial. This award celebrates excellence in reporting fast-breaking news, which we all so much love. It rewards success in chasing down that killer lead, breaking the news, and then getting to the heart of the story. And the finalists are Robert Forsyth, Bill Shorten - Dan McCulloch, and Caitlin Offer. And the award goes to Caitlin.
Bye.
Do we have to pay any money to the Daily Telegraph for playing that song? That's what they're using in their ad at the moment. Caitlin's tireless coverage of Victoria's landmark assisted dying legislation allowed AAP to lead the news cycle. And when a car ploughed into pedestrians in Melbourne on that fateful day on December 21, Caitlin was on the scene, talking to witnesses, shooting video on her mobile, and feeding it all back to the Bureau toot suite. Her copy was sharp, descriptive, and perfect for breaking news. Well done, Caitlin.
Thank you. I was literally just saying to Luke that I'm not going to win this when I saw who I was up against, so thank you very much. No, I love this company. I've worked for several now, 5, 6, and I'm with AAP for a reason, and I love it. And yeah, thank you very much for this, and I'm kind of lost for words at the moment, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Caitlin. We love you for loving us. The next award is for Outstanding Storyteller Editorial. This award recognises excellence in journalism, the crafting of a story, backgrounders and analysis, as well as creating explainers, timelines, or fact boxes, which are all part and parcel of AAP service. And the finalists are Steve Larkin, Megan Neal, and Paul Osborne. And the award goes to Megan.
Don't be ashamed, let your conscience be your guide.
A regular AAP award winner, Megan's coverage of some of the biggest stories of 2017 was extensive, creative, compelling, and sensitive. Megan's copy always takes AAP's news file to a higher level. Well done, Megan.
Thank you. This is the 3rd year in a row that I've got to stand up here. But I have been at AAP for 19 years, so maybe it's been a while coming. Much of my work last year was, again, for the 3rd year in a row, was about the Child Abuse Royal Commission. So thankfully that's come to an end. I don't think the Banking Royal Commission will quite be the same.
Oh, don't bet on it.
But I'll do my best to get compelling copy for AAP. But I'm particularly proud that when I was looking through the Royal Commission's final report, I saw a reference to something about the Catholic Church, and I thought, hang on a minute, that's something that I reported. I looked back, and sure enough, it was a reference to one of my stories, and they actually had correct attribution to M. Neal from Australian Associated Press, not just running the website that it was on. So it was nice to get the recognition for AAP. And thank you.
Well done. Not only is it the 3rd award for you, but you're now in the running to go on a boat ride with Tony. Yay! Now it's time for the 3 big awards of the night. Excellence in Innovation, AAP Next Generation, the Peter Van Ness Award, and the Spirit of AAP. So we're going to change things up a little bit. I'd like to call to the stage AAP Chairman and my old editor at the Oz, Campbell Reid, or as we used to call him at the Oz, Cotton Bud. Not because he used to get in your ear, but because Campbell used to run to work, and he used to arrive at the office very sweaty, very pale, with this giant head and these giant boots with nothing much in between. So come on up, Cotton Bud. I also now take a break because these two gentlemen are going to hand out the next 3 awards so I can have a drink.
Hello. Thanks, Louise, and congratulations on a great job, up until that last little bit. I confess that's not the only thing the people at the Australian used to call me. A few tiny words. I know you've heard from my boss, Michael Miller, today, so I'll keep this brief, but just a couple of things. On behalf of Fairfax and News, this is one of the few demilitarised zones for us, but I know I speak for all of our directors in thanking all of you, and I wanted to particularly thank Bruce personally on behalf of the directors. These are difficult times, and you are all incredibly fortunate to work for a person with such passion for who you are and what you do. And in times of great change, it takes great courage to change the business and respond. And Bruce, congratulations. And we're delighted to be working with new faces. There's some people who have departed News, who have departed AAP, who have done an extraordinary service. And I know those decisions were particularly difficult for Bruce, and a lot of you will feel that, but I'm absolutely really want to pay tribute for your courage in positioning AAP for the future. And talking about the future, I firmly believe the world is on a voyage back to discovering professional journalism, professional storytelling, verified facts, standards that we've seen upheld here tonight. So don't doubt for a minute that the role that you guys will perform in our society is incredibly important, and it's a very great privilege to be part of you. Thank you.
I'll just put that next to the lipstick. Did you say your? Oh, no. The lipstick. Thank you. I don't know that she actually deserves it anymore, but I just want to thank Louise for a sterling job. I think everyone's thoroughly enjoyed your work, and I know you've got a little bit more to do, but before we get too crazy at the end of the night, on behalf of AAP, Louise, thank you for a wonderful night. We have a little blue bag for you, so I think okay, the 3 group awards. My privilege and pleasure to present the 3 awards that come from anywhere across the AAP group. The first one is Excellence in Innovation. And it's the second year that we're rewarding innovation in any area or discipline throughout AAP. And that's because I guess innovation, with all due respect to our wonderful developers, and there are many here tonight, it doesn't just doesn't happen in developers, it happens everywhere throughout the organisation. We tend to think of innovation as a technology play, which of course it often is, but it can come from anywhere and it can take many forms. So the Excellence in Innovation Award recognises an individual or team whose resourcefulness, creativity or unique problem-solving abilities have significantly impacted AAP business or culture. The recipient approaches change and technical complexity with initiative and applies fresh thinking in various contexts. This year's Award for Excellence in Innovation recognises a major piece of work that was not only innovative at AAP, but radically altered a large part of the Australian media. It has changed forever some long-held practices and ways of working. It was controversial, it was complex, and it affected hundreds of professional newsbreakers. But it was a necessary step along the path of helping secure the survival of publishing in Australia. While there were many people both at AAP and in the wider news media involved in this project, one person brought a special level of creativity and logical thought to the process. He lived and breathed the project from beginning to end. He dived into the detail. He was determined to find success, and he worked tirelessly to build new methodologies, new work practices, new thinking, and most importantly, a new culture. The result has been stunning, both for AAP and for the client in question. The project was the outsourcing of photography to AAP from News Corporation Australia, and the person who innovated at so many levels was AAP Deputy Editor Visual Sam Moy.
Good evening, thank you. Innovation? I can't even turn on a microphone. How terrible is that? Oh, it is on. Here we go. Hi, good evening. I'll keep it brief. Thank you. I'm honoured, obviously, to be standing in front of you. It has been a year of change on both sides of the fence for us, making sure that our industry is respected and looked after, and of course our stakeholders have ensured that as well. For us, this award is not just on my shoulders, it is of course part of the team. Thank you to Tony, to Phil and Dean Lewins, who put up with me and my rants and my stress and anxiety, and of course the wider team. And I suppose for AAP that's what it is for me. It's family, it is working as a team, it is you know, encompassing innovation and technology and working together to, you know, achieve the greater goal. And special thanks to Joanne Williamson and her editorial team. A special thanks to Camille Lane and Karen Finito, and also to our accounts guru, Christina Moffat, who helps me with my invoices every week. So thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Well done, Sam. You get 2 rides on Tony's boat. The next group award is the AAP Next Generation Award, the Peter Vaness Award. This award celebrates the endeavour and professionalism of AAP's most talented young staff who inspire others in the pursuit of excellence and contribution to the company. It has been for the past 6 years, as it has been for the past 6 years, this award honours the memory of Canberra reporter Peter Vaness, who died in January 2012 at age 27, having retained his dedication and humour during a 3-year battle with illness. And again, so much to Peter's family for being present tonight. Thank you. Look, in some ways, this young person could also have won the previous award, such as their innovation and radical approach to journalism. We all know and love great text, the power of the written word. We're all wowed by great images that capture a moment in time. We've embraced moving pictures with the use of video as an integral part of news in the modern era. And we all feel the emotion that's wrought by the power of speech. But this young journalist has taken it upon himself to combine all 4. He started at AAP just 2.5 years ago as an intern before becoming a cadet and then a fully fledged reporter. After almost being lured away by a major newspaper, he was offered a role in which he now excels. I think his work is probably some of the best in his field in Australia, and I'm enormously proud that AAP has been able to find an outlet for his talents. You've already seen some of his amazing creativity tonight. The man who put together our opening interactive, entertaining, amusing, highly creative combination of words, pictures, sound and video. And that's, of course, Andrew Leeson.
Hello? Yeah, sorry, I generally have nothing to say because I thought Carol was over my shoulder making sure I wasn't screwing up my job. So this means a lot to me. I love AAP. I love everything that it's given to me. I've only been here such a short time, but everyone's awesome. And the great thing about being able to film everyone, be able to talk to everyone for that animation was I got to see that it goes right through the company. So thanks very much.
Okay, now to the Spirit of AAP Award. This award celebrates the most significant contributor to the organisation, a consistently high achiever who shows initiative and upholds the values of AAP. When you think about someone who embodies the spirit of AAP, there are so many around the organisation. In my time as CEO, I never cease to be impressed by the goodwill and the camaraderie, the love for the agency. I think that's driven by a strong belief and commitment to AAP and its role, its independence, its part in informing Australia truthfully and without bias. It's the home of pure journalism, as opposed to the ill-informed, rumour-mongering and character-assassinating world of social media. We stand above that noise and we play straight down the line. And there's no doubt that that trust and integrity is driven by the character of our people. This year's Spirit of AAP Award recipient has character in spades. One of the many quiet achievers at AAP, always calm, always approachable, likeable and logical. He's been with AAP for more than 10 years and no matter what role he's had, he has been impressive. He can always be relied upon. You know he will work at a problem and solve it. He's a natural collaborator and he embodies AAP's principles, supportive, honest, inclusive and positive. He first joined AAP in client services for MediaNet, quickly rising through the ranks. He was instrumental in helping to manage our foray into broadcast monitoring and he kept the MediaNet ship afloat as we introduced new technology and new platforms. He's now juggling many tasks and projects across the entire AAP organisation and he's doing that with the same smile and relaxed approach that makes him a joy to work with. But underneath that friendly exterior there's also a determined, never give up part to his character. The same element that makes him incredibly successful in another big part of his life. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. He can run marathons. He streaks to the line in the city to surf. He competes in Ironman events. He even breaks a toe in a triathlon and tries to keep going. Yes, he's born to run, and he displays the same tenacity and calm resolve at work. The Spirit of AAP Award for 2018 goes to Group Project Manager Marcelo Rossi. Wait for the line.
Thank you. I'm extremely honoured to receive this award. I know there's a lot of good people out there at AAP that all could have easily have won this. So I'm honoured, and also I guess I share the prize with the likes of Mike and Selena that are have been here a very long time, much longer than I have, and I hope that I can be here that long as well. I started 12 years ago and worked on, the first person I met here was someone that I worked with for a long time and helped me through those MediaNet days. There's a lot of change we went through, and that's Sarah. So always someone that listens and gives me advice, and her as well, and Michael are driving that business very well at the moment, successfully. It's funny how I left and that seems to go up. It's something you could say about that. But I moved on and went on and worked with someone who's not here, Amrita, who gave me great support and guidance, and Tony as well. It was a short stint, but he listened to me and always gave me some advice on certain things. And now working with Brooke and the IT teams, and the reason I do these things is because there's great people out there, from Christina down on level 5 and the finance guys, to Scott and his team of developers, and the engineers. That constant banter about anything that whenever I walk past them, and from anyone in I'm just getting to know some of the journalists and working there with Joyce in the same pod, and Camille. Look, I've just named a lot of people that they've done a lot for AAP, and thank you very much to Bruce, who gave me the opportunity as a project manager. I'm loving the role, and I hope I can continue driving that forward and being successful and returning results for the business, because I know over the last 2 days we're looking for the future, we're looking for new products and be innovative, and I hope that I can help and deliver a lot of those. So thank you very much.
Okay, important information coming. That obviously wraps up all the awards for this evening, but there's some things important things that I need to tell you. The winner of the ride on Tony's boat with Tony is obviously Marcelo the Magnificent. And the winner of the ride on Tony's boat without Tony is Mariam and Darren. So congratulations to all the winners. For those who missed out, the drinks will keep flowing until 10:30. Now, for all the finalists, this is the important information. On your way out, please ensure that you pick up your goodie bag. There's alcohol in it, so don't go home without it. I'd like to thank again Bing Lee, the sponsors, and all those who are on duty tonight. It's now time to rest and relax. Can I have all the winners up on stage, please, for a group photo? This is one you're going to want to put on social media. So all the winners, all your awards up onto the stage, please. Thanks to Bruce. Thanks very much to Bruce. Big round of applause for Bruce. Thanks to Cotton Bud. And that's it from me. Good night.